Hey folks, you're tuning in to the Garden Library, a new blogcast publishing on Substack. I'm your host, the librarian. Joe Biden has a problem. And I'm not just talking about his questionable mental and verbal fitness, his age, or even his son. I'm talking about his campaign. In a rematch straight from hell, current President Joe Biden is facing off against former President Donald Trump to decide once and for all just how unserious America can be. As much as we'd all love other candidates, or to disconnect from this election altogether, it is no hyperbole to say democracy is on the ballot. The Supreme Court, January 6th, 2020's COVID-19 response, or lack thereof, MAGA misinformation, disinformation, questionable sexual relations with unconsenting women, financial crimes, racism, xenophobia, every phobia for that matter, and that damn haircut. Everything surrounding Trump spells bad news for democracy and this nation at large. Should he regain executive power, it would mean the return of a tyrant, unafraid to do everything legal or illegal in his power to achieve his self-serving goals. He would curtail justice, law, and order, risk the lives of millions and billions across the globe for the sake of his show, and none would be safe from being used as a stage prop on his stage. With this threat understood, it's no surprise we say the bar is shallow, damn near non-existent, for Joe Biden to be better than Trump. And yet, as of today, Joe Biden will lose to Trump, the same Trump he once confidently soared above. How the hell did this happen? Welcome. I'm the librarian, and you are listening to the Garden Library. This is a blogcast that tackles a variety of topics with a skew towards climate and environmental policy. This is Chapter 1, Page 7, and we're discussing the 2024 election. The year is 2020. We've all lived through 4 years of Trump America, and it sucked. COVID was merely the fourth helping of a shit cake we were 3 slices into. We all had one goal: get Trump out of the White House. Despite the numerous better challengers in the Democratic Party, we reached November with one man on our side: Joe Biden. Biden's campaign was more than just, "I'm not Trump." To youth, especially minorities, he made promises to curry our favor. Let's touch upon some. Ending the filibuster, ending all new oil and gas leasing, significant action on climate change, canceling all student loans, reversing Trump's immigration policies and getting citizenship for 11 million people, fixing police in America, better foreign policy, studying reparations, decriminalizing cannabis federally, and making things affordable, especially education and healthcare. All of these legislative changes, however basic and popular they are, would drastically improve the lives of countless Americans. This, among others, was enough to push Biden past Trump and win the 2020 election. Hooray. Fast forward to 2024, and Biden hasn't delivered any of the 100 plus promises he made, including those aforementioned. But, on student debt, Enough lip service. He said he'd do all student loans and didn't. 0.2 to 20%, it doesn't matter what percent. Anything less than 100 is a failure. Is the public expected to single out one niche promise and say, look, he kinda delivered here, and ignore the forest of inaction surrounding it? If you answered yes, perhaps that political idiocracy is why Joe Biden is currently struggling in the polls and faces an uphill battle against Trump. A Trump that is currently on trial and has seen significantly worse PR than in the 2020 election. As much as I wish this were the only issue with Biden, there is one overriding issue that is much more immediate and a deadly threat to his re-election. Israel. Since October 7th, the White House has undoubtedly done irreparable damage to the Joe Biden campaign. The unwavering defense of Israel against international scrutiny, the streamlined support of genocide in the forms of billions of dollars in weapons, the threatening of international bodies, nations, and journalists, the uniform state narrative that is constantly disproven, and closest to home, the brutality and militarized response to student protests nationwide. There is no more direct show of Biden's arrogance, ignorance, and idiocracy than begging for votes from the same populations you brutalize, demonize, and lied to. The bombing, starvation, occupation, and genocide of Palestinians is in ways much more direct than climate change, something that we are not confused about or blind to. While his environmental failings of the Willow Project, Mountain Valley Pipeline, etc., are huge turnoffs for youth voters, everyone watching videos of babies crying under rubble, bombs striking hospitals, and entire generations wiped out overnight feel a much more jarring and visceral stimuli. So as long as the voter base, the numerous, incredibly activated youth, the many minority populations of America, those of lower income, academics, and anyone with a heart are center stage to genocide, Biden sits in an ivory office, seemingly oblivious or uncaring to our concern. Those cries, the blood on his hands. The Democratic Party's response to the very real concern and cries of its base has been to gaslight, gatekeep, and girl boss our way around. To gaslight us into thinking it's not happening, it's not bad, and that 4 more years is an actually perfectly sane response to accusations of war crimes. Gatekeep by censuring Rashida Tlaib and bullying our pundits, legislators, and few in power who attempt to call out this insanity. And girl boss with skibidi toilets our way into meme culture and respectability nonsense about how good things are. No joke, Biden's campaign is posting brain rot memes as a way of currying favor before an election. 40,000 plus people dead by his allowance, and he's shitposting on the timeline. You can't make this up. The Biden campaign's tone-deaf response to the sea of Palestinian support and the tsunami of other issues people have will spell the death of his candidacy and democracy. And it won't be the voters' fault. It's not a lesser of two evils. It's a lack of common sense and logic on behalf of him and his team. You can't just ask people for votes and expect them to come. You have to show people why you. It's marketing 101. Sell the damn product. There should be lines across every TV screen of what good Joe Biden's term has brought. The very real administrative labor wins, his ending the pandemic with vaccine rollout, and the withdrawal from the never-ending war in Afghanistan, alongside promises, acting, and initiating the things he said he would do. To extend the same fervor he has protecting Netanyahu to the millions of people that voted for him, that believed in him, to fight. Joe Biden can't say he's powerful enough to act as he has with Israel, executively, I might add, but powerless enough to do nothing else. This election, his legacy, rests on his ability to wake the fuck up and listen to the people, or be remembered the president who cost America her heart and the world its future. Hey folks, this was Chapter 1, Page 7. Thank you for listening. Until the next page unfolds.